So, for the longest time, I've been a very negative thinker. I've always been very negative minded. I've always kind of naturally got negative thoughts in my head. Never got positive thoughts, never was a naturally positive person or uplifting person or happy person. I was always just naturally very negative and very dark. Just every time that I had some kind of social interaction in public or some kind of road rage incident, that scene would just play in my head over and over, and all of my thoughts were always just naturally so negative. I can confidently say in the past couple of years, I have really done a lot of improvements to getting to thinking more positively naturally. And it's really interesting because it's such an easy improvement, but nobody thinks to do it. Nobody thinks to actually like how they can change their mind and like the thoughts they get on a daily basis. Decided to do these yapping videos again. It's been a while since I've done them. This channel's kind of just for like yapping about self-improvement, things that have improved my life, things going on in the world, things related to physical health, mental health, spiritual health. It's just topics I'm interested in. It's topics I like talking about. And it's also things that can help other people. And I've noticed that people really are craving this kind of authentic style content. A lot of people for a while were like watching this like highly stimulating content, this like content that's just very entertaining, but now people are trying to kind of dopamine detox and like get off of like this like very stimulating content, you know, the brain rot, the Mr. Beast style videos and the high production kind of videos. And honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, these videos are pretty lazy, but I feel like just sharing authentically the advice I have, the things that I've gone through, my life stories, and just things I want to talk about. I think it's a good outlet for me, and it's also a good way to just help other people without having to spend $100, $200 per video on like editing. And you know, it's too much work for me because I have another YouTube channel that I make videos on. It was just kind of like just gameplay in the background while I talk or yap about something, and those are more like highly edited, and those take me like at least an hour and a half a day, 2 hours, especially with like making the shorts and everything. So it's like a lot of effort, and doing two different YouTube channels is a lot for me. I decided, you know, this is just going to be my yap channel where I don't really edit the videos that much unless I make like a big mistake in talking, or I just lose my train of thought. Then I'll probably like cut it up a little bit. But naturally, I'm going to try and be as authentic and just vulnerable, as raw as possible. Hope your guys' day is going good. Dude, this like monster like messes with my throat. Probably not a good idea to drink these while I'm recording because it makes it like so difficult to talk. Oh man. It's a really beautiful day. It just rained. It's spring right now, and I'm actually on this little like city viewpoint right now, and it's really beautiful to just like look over my whole town and the trees, the flowers, it's really awesome, really beautiful. But what are we even talking about? We were talking about, right, thinking positively, getting positive thoughts, not thinking so negatively. So there is one habit that has helped me more than anything else in terms of reprogramming my mind to think more positively, to get more positive thoughts. And that is something called gratitude journaling. So gratitude journaling is just a practice of writing down things you're grateful for and just taking a minute to feel grateful for every single thing you write down. And little bonus tip I usually do every once in a while is I will actually, if I'm really feeling, you know, the desire, I will actually go and like message or call like a family member or a friend and express gratitude to them, and actually like verbally express gratitude to them. And sometimes I'll go and like hug my mom if I'm like with my mom or my parents. I'll go hug my dad. I'll go hug my wife. I'll just kind of try to do something that's very like intimate and like kind and loving and just a show of affection and like gratitude and appreciation. And I remember like I got in the habit of doing this a couple of years ago when I was still living with my parents. And I remember I started really trying to get in the habit of like hugging my mom every day. And she really appreciated it. It was really special. It was really just a nice experience every day to kind of just get that hug in and like, you know, talk about her day, how she's doing. And it only takes like a minute or two of my day and I can go back to doing whatever I'm doing. But there was one day in particular where I especially just like, I hugged her and I just kind of said, I love you in my head. And I noticed like she almost like hugged me tighter, and she almost like showed me, it's almost as if it like impacted her more just doing that. Just like that I didn't even say it out loud. It's just in my head, like this saying, I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful to have a mother. I'm grateful to have you. And just saying that in my head almost for in some weird way created like more like made it like even a more special moment than it already was. And I think we often, because we're so doom scroll, and I think because we doom scroll so much and we have so much brain fog, we have so much stress and anxiety in our life, we don't often we don't really have those small moments of just gratitude and appreciation, and just moments that we slow down and really express gratitude for people. So if you're watching this video right now, I know it's hard, I know it's a little cringy to do for the first time, but what I want you to do right now, if you're watching this video, obviously I can't do it because my phone's recording, but go and just express gratitude to somebody. Text your friend, text your mom, text your dad. Just think for a minute, like, why you're grateful for them, how you're grateful for them. First person that comes to mind, feel the gratitude, and then just kind of express gratitude to that person. And at this point, I'm assuming you've already done that, and you've probably, like, it might have been a little difficult. It might have been a little cringy to do for the first time, a little too vulnerable of an activity, but at the same time, you probably feel like a greater sense of fulfillment in life, and a greater sense of contentment right now, and a greater sense of just overall joy in life. And you feel more alive than you did prior to doing this. You feel less numb. Just expressing gratitude, really, like, making the habit of doing that really has changed like my overall, I guess, positivity levels in life. But honestly, just like the habit of writing it down every day, every single day. I track the habit on my phone. I do it literally every day. I'll probably put it on the screen right now, like my little habit tracker that I have. Every day in the morning after I meditate, plop open my journal and I just write down what I'm grateful for. I just kind of take 30 seconds to a minute to just try to feel grateful for that thing. And sorry, my phone fell again, but I'll have to cut that out because that was just a nightmare to get that back on. I need to get a new phone mount. These like magnetic ones don't work very well. And I just take it 30 seconds to a minute to just kind of try and feel grateful for those things. And I basically just try to think of what my life would be like without that thing. And I try to imagine how much it would suck to not have that thing. So for example, if I don't have my car, well, I can't drive to work. It'd be a major inconvenience. I would have to deal with the stress of all of that, and I have a lot of peace right now. So just all of those variables make it really nice that my car is functioning and working and just running very well. And so I'm really grateful that my car is running. I'm grateful just for my car in general, that it works. As silly as that sounds, as silly as this practice sounds, I know there's a lot of people who are watching this who are like, what? This is stupid. Why would you do this? I'm telling you for a fact, this small practice every single day, I've been doing it for 3.5 years. It's 2026. Yeah, about 3.5 years. Doing this practice every day genuinely has reprogrammed my mind to think more positively and get more positive and grateful and just naturally grateful and joyful thoughts. And don't get me wrong, this isn't the only thing that's like fixed my thoughts, fixed my mind, but it's a big contributor. The other thing is just improving your life, honestly. Like, if you have a purpose that you work on every single day, regardless of what it is, it could be something super, super stupid to other people, but as long as it's something that you are passionate about, something that could have potential for you someday, it's not just a waste of time, it's a hobby, it's something you're good at, whatever that is, that ikigai is what it's called, just chasing that every day. If you have physical health improvements, if you're working on your body and your mind and you're improving and you have just a good sense of improvement in your life, then you're going to naturally feel better and naturally get more positive thoughts. You're going to be less insecure, you're going to be less negative, you're going to be less judgmental of other people, you're going to be less externally motivated, so you're going to basically care less about what other people think of you. So all around, just self-improvement, improving your life every single day, chasing that improvement, going on runs, lifting weights, exercising, gratitude journaling, meditation, prayer, whatever it is, working hard, working very, very hard in life. These things will give you like naturally more positive thoughts. And again, in of itself isn't gonna like fix your mind, fix your thoughts, but it is a big thing that will help. genuinely. I noticed when I'm really doing well in life, I'm waking up early, I'm working out, I'm really pushing my mind and my body, and I just wake up and do things I enjoy doing. Like that's literally it, just chasing a purpose that is really meaningful to you. I notice when I have days like that, I just get more positive and like happy thoughts, and I'm naturally more content with my life. And so it's really just about doing those things. And I know it's hard, time management, working, life is hard, responsibilities, but if you create a routine and you just manage your time well, you can do it. You can balance your life well. And it is such a beautiful thing when you get there. Now, the other thing is just spending more time in nature too. We don't really spend time in nature anymore. We're all in our little blue lit offices, or our bedrooms, and it's really hard to be content in life when you're so far from this like natural lifestyle that we're meant to live, this natural environment that we're meant to be a part of. But when you're surrounded by trees and hills and mountains and flowers, and you smell the air, the fresh air, you just feel more alive. It's okay to spend time inside, but you're not supposed to live your entire life in your bedroom, in offices, in the kitchen that you work at, the restaurant you work at, whatever it is. You are meant to be spending as much time outside as possible, fully in the moment, no distractions, no staring at your phone like a little monkey, just like hunchback. Like most people are doing that. Be as mindful as possible outside. This will genuinely help just your natural gratitude for life and appreciation for life and just contentment in general. What else? There was one other thing I was going to say about this. Oh, right. So gratitude journaling is kind of like the training activity. That's like training in the gym. That's like the practice for basketball or football or whatever sport you play. That's like the practice. That's the training. But you also have to perform for the game. The game is important. And I always kind of refer to in the moment gratitude, in the moment kind of scenarios. I kind of refer to that as the game, the big game. And so when there is like a road rage incident, when there is something bad that happens at work, when you're very stressed at work, when something gives you anxiety in public, when something unfortunate happens, whatever it is, and you naturally those things like trigger your habit of cussing, your habit of thinking negatively about other people or yourself, or getting angry or upset, whatever triggers that in life, just reminding yourself in the moment to just reprogram, just to like kind of redirect your mind back to something positive. And don't get me wrong, you're angry, you feel some kind of way, honor that feeling, but don't sit in it. Don't ruminate in it. Don't just live in that for the rest of the day and have your day ruined. Really like make a mental effort when you remember. Might take a minute to remember, and that's completely fine because this is like a new habit for you. But just when you remember to redirect your mind back to something positive, something you're grateful for, something about your life that is good, something that is really a blessing to have for you. And whatever it is, just think back to that. And that is genuinely going to improve your skill of thinking more positively. And honestly, like, don't get me wrong, the training is important. You have to do the training. You have to do the gratitude journaling to really reprogram your mind. But having a good game is really important as well. And I've noticed when I do that, when I really just want to be negative, something bad happened, somebody flipped me off in traffic, I really want to be negative. I really want to just entertain these like scenarios in my head, these negative thoughts, just daydream about what happened over and over. That is what I really want to do. But if I just simply choose to think positively anyway, maybe play some positive music, maybe just whatever it is that I just decide to do, just redirecting to something positive. Every time I choose to do that, my day is better, and I also am drastically improving my ability to stay positive. And it is a skill that you have to train up just like anything else in life. So it really is important to kind of work on that. That's pretty much it. I think, I guess the last thing would be just get off of social media. Social media is such a good source, especially the news is such a good source of negative thoughts and feeling like doomed about the world, the state of humanity. how people are. Don't watch the news. You don't need to know. If it's important enough, trust me, somebody will tell you. You'll hear about it somewhere. Lose your need for keeping updated with all the new things going on, the trends, the news, whatever's happening in the world, the internet. You don't need to know. Live your own life of self-improvement. Live your own life of peace and do your own hobbies. Do work hard, work diligently. Make that your life focus, not entertainment, not what's happening in the world, not any of those things. You don't need to stay updated with those things. You really don't. Just focus on your own life, focus on your own goals, your own habits that you do, your own hobbies, your own work. And at that point, you don't need to stay up to date with those things. And when you stop doing that, you naturally are a lot more positive because, man, those things are such a source of negative thoughts and rumination, and you don't need that in your life if you care about being positive and getting positive thoughts. Having an environment around you that is very positive and not making you think negatively. But the other thing is when you do get in a negative situation, redirect your mind, be more positive, and choose to think something positive. Choose to think a happy thought. Even if it's hard, even if it's fake, even if it's artificial, just do it anyway. And over time, you will improve your ability to think more positively. And I still struggle with it, I'm not gonna lie, but when I'm on top of the habits, when I do these like few things every single day for weeks at a time, I am quite a positive person. I'm quite like a joyful person, and things don't bother me as much because, well, I just don't care. I don't care about that person that flipped me off. He's probably not even happy with his own life anyway, so who cares what he thinks? His opinion is invalidated by his own actions, by his own behavior. So who cares? Genuinely, who cares? That's pretty much all I got in this one. Just wanted to yap about gratitude and how to think more positively, because for most of my life, I have not been a positive person. I have not been a happy, grateful person. I've always been negative. I've always been stressed. I've always been anxious. 24/7. That is not a life that you should be living when you can genuinely, it is possible for you to just all the time get positive thoughts, happy thoughts about other people, about yourself, about your life, whatever it is. And you deserve that. You genuinely deserve that life, and to be able to enjoy life in the moment in peace. It's possible for you, bro. With that being said, that's all I got in this one. I love you guys. I hope the best for you. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider watching some of my other yap sessions, or check out my other channel as well. I have a lot of videos on there, posting every single day. And yeah, subscribe, watch my other videos. It helps get this message across to other people and push it into the algorithm, and it's really important that people see this. So I also have a Discord community for people on self-improvement or people just trying to improve their life, so consider clicking that. It's the link in the description. I also offer one-on-one support and guidance for your mental health, your life in general. So if you're struggling to improve your life and you just don't even know where to start with improving your life, then consider clicking the top link in the description below. I really think it'll help you. And also, the first call is 100% free, so don't even have to worry about paying anything. It's really actually a good deal. Anyways, I love you all. I hope the best for you, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.